You're back.
Okay, we're up to excuse me, beginning now. Okay, anyway, just to go over yesterday's Gemara outside, we should know very, very nice. Through a three-way machlokes regarding the shmira of a tam and a muad, right? So we know a tam pays megufa, we know and chatzi nezek, and a muad pays nezek shalom me'aliyah. But regarding shmira, the Meir said they're both equal. They both need a shmira me'ula. You need guys, let's call it level 1 and level 2, okay? Level 1 being the lower level, level 2 being the higher level, okay? So Rabbi Meir holds you both need a level 2 by a tam. By a time you need a level 2. Rabbi Yehuda holds very interesting, guys. Listen to this. A tam needs a level 2, and a muad needs a level 1.
Level 2 is the higher level?
Is the higher level. A tam needs a higher level than a 1. Again, the question was, because where are you starting? Does the shor watch? The shor is watch. It's a 1 already. So it comes along the Torah and says a tam is chayiv, it's a 2. And then it says, lo yishmerenu, it's a ribui after a ribui. And so, but it's counterintuitive. It doesn't make too much sense. That an animal that's been established as a feisty nagchan, gora, should need less of a shmir. And the answer is, since it has that reputation, people stay away from it, so you don't have to watch it as much. People stay away from the pit bull more than they stay away from the chihuahua, right? The pit bull, you see it coming. So the shmir is not as much. Rabbi Eliezer and Yaakov on the other hand, this is one's enough for both. One's enough for both. Okay, and we're up to Mem Hey Amid Beis. Mem Hey Amid Beis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines up. Amarav Adabarava. Guys, we discussed this earlier. Let's say Nezek Shalem. I can view it as 250s, or I can view it as 100. In other words, the damage on the animal, full damage is 100. It can be constituted of, 1 second, it was a tam, pays chatzi nezek, that's 50. The action's repeated, it's still a tam. Then when it establishes a muad, it's 100. It's not pshat, it's a totally new thing. It's an add-on, it's an addition. You have the established 50 of the muad, of the tam, and now you have an additional muad, but that combines it to nezek shalom. Or I can view it as a whole, excuse the pun, or not really, a whole different animal. No longer is it 50, it's 100. It's 0 to 100. But there's no tzad tam. The difference would be, like, in every muad, there's a tam. In every muad, there's a tam. So Rabbi Yehuda, who requires a shmir pechusa for a muad, would still hold your chayiv on the tam part. So therefore, says the Gemara the following: Amar Rabbi Ava, like Pater Rabbi Yehuda with a level 1, Ela tzad ha'ada shebo, the latter 50. Aval tzad tamas, the original 50, the original tzad b'mkomo amedes, that remains intact. And therefore, you'd have to pay that. Why? Because you have to go ahead and watch a level 2. You only watched the level 1. You didn't watch the level 2. Guys, I have it. It's geschmack. In other words, you're telling me, Rabbi Yehuda, that a muad needs less of a shmira than a tam, and what? And you watch that shmira, but nonetheless, you'd have to pay for chatzi nezek for what? For the tam. You have to pay chatzi nezek for the tam. So let's say your animal's a muad, and you watch it a level 1. And it does damage, you'll have to be chatzi nezek. Why? Because the tzad tam, the original 50 in our scenario, it stays in this place. I thought that was a good hesba. Okay, now says the Gemara Vaita. Amar Rav, muad. Listen to this. Muad lekeren yamin, ain't a muad lekeren smile. If an animal gores with its right, and always gores with its right, it never gores with its left. So if it goes with its left, it's a chatzi nezek. It's been established as a righty, and all of a sudden becomes a southpaw. Right? Then it's what? Now, what's the svara? Rashi says, look, the last time before it gets wide, because the keren yamin shu tzad chazaka shabai. Tzad chazaka shabai. The Rashi tells us that keren, that shars are right-handed, because it's saying the yamin is the stronger side, so it's a muad for its right side. By the way, does anyone know an animal that's totally left-handed? There's an animal that's totally left-handed, right? It's a crazy fact that only a guy from my shoe to stern. Polar bears are left-handed. You watch a polar bear when they whack, they always whack with the left hand. Isn't that crazy? Even the pulp comes out a little. What you learn to share, you the Kerber, right? Mamish comes up, boom! It's still left-handed. Lefties. Polar bears left-handed. That's the norm. I guess the seal, the seals couldn't hit righties. So anyway, so I don't know. It's a switcher. Anyway, so look, so it's interesting to note that, fellas, it's a mood for the right. It's a mood for the right. It's a Rav, but for the left, it's going to be a tam.
Same idea with regular. Kicks with his right foot.
Kicks with his right foot. It's carrying.
I'm sorry, same idea.
Okay, how can you have a right or left? It's walking.
Walking.
Yeah, so how can you have right or left? But hops with its right.
So it has to be carried. Same idea with carrying the kicks with its right versus its left foot. As a horn, same thing. I'm following.
I guess so. I guess it's a Mishuna that would kick.
Everything with the right, you mean you're saying?
Yeah.
Everything, the horn with the right?
I guess so. Listen, if it's carrying, it's carrying. The same thing. Anyway, I mean, now I'll leave it to the man. Rob said his din. Who he said his din according to? I'll leave it to Reb Meir, who holds you need a level 2 on both tam and muid. So my nafkamina, to watch this animal, you have to watch it equally the same. I'll leave it to Reb Yehuda. My ear, Karen Smile. I feel be minami ispeit sad tamus. This beit sad muedes. In other words, in every part has on the right side, you're going to have to watch a shmira. The right side, you're going to have to watch a Yehuda level 1. The left side, you're going to have to watch a level 2. But in every level 1, there's a level 2 because sad tamas from komo medes. This is right. The 50 stays within there. So what's the nafkamina? You have, it's according to Reb Meir, you have to watch a level 2, and even according to Reb Yehuda, you're gonna have to pay on a muad. You're gonna have to pay for a tam, so you also have to watch level 2. So it seems Rob is saying a moot point. That was a fast one on the outside twine. Listen up. Listen up. No. We're speaking about the shmir, the level of shmira. So Rabbi Yehuda was mechadesh for a muad. You need less of a level. A level 1 for a muad and a level 2 for a tam. However, Rav Ada said that in every muad there's a tam. So even though for the muad part you have to watch a 1, for the tam part you have to watch a 2. So the Gemara is saying, so what's your shiloh over here? On the left you have to watch a 2, and the right you have to watch a 1. In every one there's a 2, so of course you have to watch a 2. So Rab's din, what's the chiddush of Rab's din?
Why should it only a 1?
What? Because he said that it was a riboy of Leish Morenu, and other people will watch out for it.
So that part of it supplants the fact that tam.
No, you still have to be chatzinezik. That's what we just said before. It's sad tam.
You talk about
The shmira, the meaning, since you have to pay chatzinezik, in every muad there's a tam.
Wow.
So in other words, the shmira of a level 1 will help you not to pay full nezik. It won't save you from paying chatzi nezik. That you needed a 2 for. Good? Okay. So now, Amir Olam Reb Yehuda, Rav holds like Reb Yehuda, guys, but he doesn't hold that satam b'makom medes. In other words, a muad is a totally different bria. If you watch it, you potter completely. In other words, according to Reb Yehuda, guys, a muad you need a level 1. If you watch it a level 1, you're completely potter. Why? There is no tzatamus. So very gushmak now. You have in this animal, you have a level 2 and a level 1. The right side, you got a level 1. And the left side, you got a level 2. That's the chiddush of Rav. V'achi kamar. Ki ai gavna, in this case where it's a muad to the right and a time to the left, mishkachas be satamu moedes, you find it's satamu moedes in one animal. Ava muad legami le mishkachas be satamus klau. But a muad, you don't find it satamus at all. In other words, if it was a full-fledged muad in both, there's no tzatamas. You watch a 1, you're good. The chiddush of this animal is you have a shmira in one animal for the right side of level 1. You have a shmira for the left side of level 2. But if it was a full-fledged muad in both, then all you need is a level 1. You wouldn't even need a level 2. That's the chiddush of Rav. How we doing? We're good? Baruch Hashem. Okay, now the final shita was the shita of Rebbe Eliezer. He said, "Ain't shmira el b'sakin." The shmira is only with sakin with a knife. In other words, so what does he hold? Now again, the pasuk says, "V'lo yishmerenu." The pasuk said, "I know the kishar nagachul milmol shilshon." You know the shar go 3 times. V'lo yishmerenu ba'olav, and the Baal doesn't go ahead and watch it. Shalim is shalim. Then you have to pay, and so it says "Lo yishmerenu." Good. Now, Rabbi Eliezer, ein lo shmir el b'sakin. Amar Rabba, my time with the Rebbe Eliezer. Amar Krav lo yishmerenu. Shuv ein lo shmira. In other words, it's a futuristic thing, guys. Here's the way he types it. Not that, and you didn't watch it. You can't watch it. You can't. You can't watch it. Why can't you watch it? Because it's you gotta get. It's not something that's watchable. Shein lo shmira lezeh. There's no shmira for this. Amay Abaya, Alamayata. If you're going to darshan it that way, now there's a pasuk that says, "Ki yiftach ish bar." If a man opens a bar, or ki yichri ish bar, if a man digs a bar, v'lo yichasenu, and he doesn't cover it, v'nafel shamash chamar. So if you darshan v'lo yishmerenu, there's no shmira by an axe. That's a muid. You'd have to say lo yichasenu. There's no shmira by a bar that you what? Because yichasenu yishmerenu are synonymous. Says the Gemara. If you can dash and let this way, nami for a boy you don't have a kisui. What are you going to say? Yes, it's true. You're going to say that what? That once a bar is there, you have to fill it in, guys. In other words, it's not a tunnel. You got to fill it in, right? But tanan kiso karoi labrius. If you go ahead and cover it karoi properly. So you see, as long as you cover it properly, it is a good kisui. So we have a kasha. Your svar of leish merenu doesn't hold up. What?
You covered it properly. How do you
Well, again, sometimes it gets rotten. Sometimes over time it gets loosened. El Amar Abaya, Hainu time of the Rebbe Eliezer, Kidetanya. Reb Nassan Oimer, Minayin Shlo Yegadol Odom Kelev Rob B'Tech Peso. How many of you are supposed to have a dangerous kelev in your house? A dangerous. You shouldn't have a ladder that the rungs are rotten, that you can go on fall. In other words, how do you know you shouldn't keep something that is potentially dangerous in your house? You shouldn't place what? Blood in your house. And this is, guys, so you have to build a makkah around the roof because you don't want to have blood in your house. So this is having a nakhan, a shar, El Toro in your house is a logo. That's his name. It's a svara. Okay, the next sugi is very, very famous. We've touched upon it many times in Shas. Okay, outside, guys, a little hakdama. You have a tefiyah moment on me. You come and you make a claim. I say it's not true. Can you take money away from me? No, we keep the money in my chazaka. Unless, what do you have to do? Hamaitzi mechavero, someone who wants to go ahead and take money away from his friend, alav lehevi araya. Again, it's on. You want to take money, alav lehevi araya. Maitzi mechavero. This is, we know, Kal Gadol, we speak about this all the time. Now, there is an opinion that when there's money that's in doubt, that yachloku, we don't know what to do, you divide it. That's the opinion of Sumchis. Now, we saw earlier in the Masechta, we spoke this out, Sumchis doesn't say a carte blanche statement, every money that's, right? It's, in other words, like this, if you would hold like Sumchis in all cases, I go to,
No.
Let's say, let's say, hypothetically, let's say a guy says to me, you owe me for a pizza. Let's say hypothetically, you owe me for a pizza? I mean, I owe you $1,000 for that pie? $1,000? Yeah. Okay, so what? So you get 500, I get 500. What's to stop a person from doing that? So of course Sumchis doesn't go ahead and say it in that case. In a case where it's a taina like that. You know what Sumchis says, fellas? When without the taina, there's a suffix lebesdin. In other words, we don't need you to go ahead and make a claim to create the suffix. The case itself creates the suffix. So, for example, you have a shar that is pregnant. and it gores. Good, it gores. Question: a para obviously can't be a shar that's pregnant. You have a para that's pregnant, and the identified anyway, and it gores, guys. It gores, and then you find, for sure it gored. There's a live calf next to it. Question: was the calf part of the cow at the time of the damage, and it's a mazik, or no? It took place first. Now, is that a suffix that everyone would have without the time? Of course, right? No one knows what exactly that is. That's when Simcha says it's din of Mammon al suffix. It's very good to know. It gives you a get there. It gives you some type of parameter of, because again, if we would say in all cases,
And there's no cases.
no, there's no life. Anybody, you can steal from anybody, make a claim. Okay, so that doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. Okay, so we have two cases over here. We have a case of the para being the nizik and the para being the mazik. And the question is, was the baby born as a result of the negicha? It's get a dead calf. Was it killed and the mazik chayiv, or it was miscarried beforehand and the mazik's pata? That's case number one. Case number two is where the para is the mazik, where the para is the damager. Nizik is the one that gets damaged, mazik is the one doing the damage. Okay, and then the question is whether the baby was the mazik or not, and that's what we're going to see tonight. And that's the agenda for a little bit good hakdama. Shoshanag has a para, a shar gores a para, v'nimtza uber b'tzida, and you find a dead calf at the side of it. The ein yedua, it's not known. Im ad shaloi nachcha yolda, if until what it was born, it was gored, meaning, and therefore it was killed by the shar. In mishnachcha yolda, or no, it was born before. Mishalim chatzin nesek lepara, right? You pay chatzin net, the para pays chatzin. You pay, the owner of the axe pays chatzin nesek for the para. Revia nesek livlad, and a quarter nesek for the vlad. The problem we're going to see, fellas, is when your animal's a tam, what does it pay? This is a question that everyone has to answer. When your animal's a tam, what does it pay? Chatzin nesek. How much is he paying over here? He's paying 3/4. He's paying a half for the cow and a quarter for the baby. So you're paying 3/4. You should be paying only half. Good.
Wow.
Now, now in the first case, the para was the nizik. In this case, the para is the mazik. Now you see, guys, the difference. This is a live one. See, in the first case, is v'nimsa ubra b'tzida. Look at the lashon. It was dead. An ubra, it's dead. Here, v'nimsa vlada. You find the vlad. It's mashma. It's vlad. It's alive. V'nimsa vlada b'tzida. Ve'en yedua imat shaloi nachcha yolda imishin nachcha yolda. Shnali chatzinesek min aparu v'yanesek min havlad. Now, wouldn't you say that this should be a case? Yeah, I might say, yeah.
Involved in the goring, meaning that it was in the animal.
Correct.
Yeah. It mean it was involved in the goring.
Yeah, it would, no, if it was part of the animal, then that's being involved in the goring. I'm Rabbi Yehuda Mishmuel. Sudivrei Sumchis. These are the words of Sumchis. I'm Mishnah that holds you can divide, right? Is the words of Sumchis. And now, guys, is there a suffix on the para? There's no suffix on the para. There's no suffix on the shar. The only suffix wad is the vlad. The only suffix the vlad. We have edim, guys. We have, again, if you have to say the Mishonim speak out that there was edim on the goring, or else that's a suffix. Then right. So there's no suffix on that. In other words, we know for sure the shar gored the para. The para, they wouldn't see the baby. No, they were distance away. They were distance away. So they saw the goring, but they didn't see they didn't see that. Okay, so now, zu divrei sumchus, this din that you're going to get a quarter from the baby or a quarter to charge is sumchus. Dama mammon amutl b'saf chalkin, who's of the opinion that mammon and mutl b'saf yichaylik. Al chachamim ma'imrim, the chachamim of the opinion zek chal gadol b'din. Now usually it just says look at the very wordy the word in Lashon. Zeh klal gadol. This is a klal gadol in the din of Meitzim Chaver L'Raya. So the Gemara wants to know, Lamali l'meim is zeh klal gadol b'din. What are you coming to? What are those words coming to teach me? Zeh klal gadol. So in other words, just say it's a Meitzim Chaver L'Raya. It's the afilu nizik oime bari. The nizik says, I know for sure, unequivocally, that my para was pregnant, and your shor killed the para, and it miscarried as a result, and you're chayiv to pay. He tainas bari. He tainas for sure. Umazik oime shema. And the mazik says shema. You have to see the Rishonim why he doesn't say bari v'shema bari yadav. Right? The word zeh klal gadol b'din means even in the case where the logic dictates, since he's timing for sure, and the other guy's saying maybe, you think the winning taina is with the for sure. Kamash malon zeh klal gadol b'din ha'motzim mechaver al varaya, and you don't say what that the nizik is correct. That's what those words teach me. That's the first pshat. That's the first pshat. The word zeh klal gadol b'din ha'motzim mechaver al varaya teaches me that what? Even though this guy's timing bari for sure, and this guy's saying shema, nonetheless he's got the nisik has to bring a raya. Afal piece timing bari, he has to bring a raya. Inami lechi lechi ha, right? According to what he said, according to what was said, what does that mean? Look at Rashi. Inami lechi ha the yachal leimer l'shchita mechartiv l'cha. Okay, let's see the case before we see Rashi. A guy sells a shor to somebody, and you find that the shor is feisty and he's a nakhin. You thought you were buying a chihuahua, and you ended up with a pit bull. You didn't sign up for that. You don't want that. Can you tie the mekach twice? Can you say, Mr. It's not. Can I get my money back? Can I get my money back? These are the days before Amazon, right? Can I get my money back? Right? That's machlokes. Hamoicha shor lechaveroi. And someone sells a shor to his friend, and he finds out that it's a shtaisa, right? Shtaisa, good Yiddish word, a shtaisa. Rav says, Harizeh mekach tais. It's a mistake. You get your money back. Mistake, get your money back. Shmuel Amar, Yachash Yom Allah. He's able to tell him, L'shchita machartav l'cha. I shechted it for the purpose of shchita. So it doesn't make a difference that it's a nakhin. Just shecht it, and you don't have to worry about it. To keep it around is problematic. You don't have to worry about keeping it around. You don't have to worry about keeping it around. Just go ahead, what? And just go ahead, one and shecht it. So now, Shmuel says, so in other words, according to Shmuel, the deal is on. So now, Amai, why is there a suffix over here that he can tie to this and he can tie to that? V'nichsi, igavra de zavan l'radya. If it's a guy who usually buys it for the purpose of plowing, it seems when you buy this for plowing, it's worth more than for meat. Because meat you can wait till it gets old and shecht it, but plowing it's got to be a healthy one. So let's see what this guy does. If this guy's a farmer, then l'chayra he bought it for farming. Igabra dezavan linis chasa. If it's a guy who bought it for shchita, Rashi says for the person shchita. And in other words, what's the suffix over here? If this guy is a guy who usually farms it, then Shmuel should say you shouldn't be able to taina. I sold it to for shchita. After all, I'm a farmer.
No refund. The other way around.
So therefore, in other words, like Shmuel, why do you have to come onto the taina? Let the person's profession decide why he bought it. So we have a way of being mevara the suffix, getting clarification over here. He says the Gemara. I'll tell you what this word. Ina idami or else v'nichsi idamei. You know what? He's a farmer shaychet. He's a farmer shaychet. So in other words, his profession does not go ahead and give us an inkling of what the answer to this. V'nichsi, go back to Flapish. V'nichsi idemei radya l'radya idemei nischasel and nischasel. Guys, as we said. An animal that is bought for shchita is less than an animal that's bought for plowing. So forget about his profession. Let the amount of money paid go ahead and be mavar exactly what it is. Let that money that was paid. It says more like tzricha the oike bisra v'kay b'nei radya. In other words, go see the price of meat today, skyrocketing. So therefore you have therefore Amid Beis Amri. Okay, so now guys, hamoicher. Let's go through case. Guy buys a shar. Turns out the shar is natkin. Says Rav, the deal is off. Says Shmuel, the deal is on. Why? Because you don't have a way. And guy can taina. I sold it to you for what to shecht, and the shecht the shar. That's feisty, no problem. Fred Gemara, let's be invited to see the guy's profession or the price paid. It's a guy that goes either way, and the price is pretty much equal. So now, according to Rav, that says it's a mekach tois. Now the Gemara is going to ask on Rav. According to Rav, it says it's a mekach tois. The leka lishtalu meminei l'shakli ture bezuzei. Guys, what does this guy want? He has a shar, right? He has a shar now. He bought it for $200. Good. He wants his money back. This guy's saying, deal is still on. I sold it to you. He's got an ox. Let him sell the ox. Good, it's a tircha, but it's not like he doesn't have anything. He's got mominus. So what's the time according to Rav? What does Rav say? Deal off. So good, the deal's off. He doesn't want to give you your money back, but you still have the object. And listen to this lashon. The army and she people are want to say, the army in she mimare rashvasach pe'eri efra. From one who is in your debt, collect even bran. Now, even junk. If a bird in the hair says we're two in the bush, get something. So in other words, what's Rav's guys? According to Rav, that you want to tie this mekach tois, what does he lose by keeping the deal on? He still has money. He still has the ox. Good, the ox is a nachin, and good he wanted it for some other reason, but the ox is worth money. Says the Gemara, like tzricha the ikilish talume minei. No, you know what? You can collect from the guy. You can collect from the guy, right? In other words, the leklish talume means the following.
Collect from the guy meaning sell it?
No.
Collect from the guy.
The guy. I want my money. I'm not. You know what? Amazon asked you, what do you want? Do you want a refund? Do you want a credit? Right? You want a refund, right? So the Gemara's kash is, let's say the guy, obviously that he can't give him a refund, so keep the ox. Says the Gemara, he has the money to give him a refund. So now he's a Baal Chayv, guys. The Gemara, if you're a Baal Chayv, you can't be Masalik with like this. You know, we had the Gemara early in the Masechta Daf Tes. Meitav Sedeo, Meitav Kamer Yishaling. In other words, if you go ahead, Juan, and money, I give you $100, I lend you $100. You pay me back, who knows? The initial payment should be what? $100 back. A Baal Chayv, you should get your money back. And not, I'm going to give you this or that, I'll give you $100 worth of land. You know, you want the $100. So over here, he's a Baal Chayv. So now, Fred the Gemara, he's a Baal Chayv, so collect the ox. Says the Gemara, no, the guy has money. Oh, the guy has money, then I don't want the ox. I gave you $100, $200, I want that back. That's what he's stuck for. Therefore, so it's not a case where you say he's not losing anything, but he wants, says Rav, it's a mekach tois, and he wants his money back, and the guy has money. Rav Amar is a mekach tois, zil basaruba. Let's go after Roiv. The Roiv, the Ruba the Inshi, the Radyahu Dezavna. Most of the people, they buy it for what? For plowing. Most of the people buy an ox for plowing. They don't buy it for the shecht. Now, so if you go after Roiv,
So that's it.
and it turns out that this is what? It's a nakchen. If it's a nakchen, I can't use it for plowing. So why are you telling me I sold it to you for shchita? Most of the world does not go after shchita. They go after the Roiv. Give them mekach twice. What does Shmuel hold? What does Shmuel hold? Says the Gemara, I'll tell you what Shmuel hold. Shmuel Amar, he can tell you I shechted it, I sold it to you for shchita. When do we go after Roiv? But by Issa. There's 9 butcher shops in the city that sell kosher meat. There's one that sells straight for meat. You find in the street kosher meat. You go after Roiv. If that's a din of Mammon or din of Issa. Din of Issa v'het, it's a din of Yeridea. This is a din of Chayshim Mishpat. And what is Shmuel of the opinion? Mammon lo yazlina basaruba. Right? But you don't go after Roiv. You don't go after Roiv by money. You don't go after Roiv. Oh, so now, Roiv, go ahead, Rod, and plow. Roiv, go and plow. You find you bought an ox that you can't plow with because it's too feisty. It doesn't take a yoke, right? It's a nakkan. You don't need this. You want your money back. You say, Roiv, the guy's a lamdan. He goes, you know what? You don't go after Roiv. You don't go after Roiv. So what would he have to do? He would have to prove that he bought it for nakkan. In other words, he'd have to prove it. He'd have to prove it. Not enough to go after Roiv. He'd have to say, I have it on tape that when I bought it from you, I told you I wanted for. No, you're not. This is the second case, guys. There's two cases of again. We're asking a kasha. The kasha was zeklal godel bedin, right? Zeklal. The first one, zeklal godel bedin, was what? Was case of bari v'shema, and the second one is this case. Even in this case, where you don't go after Roiv.
So the burden of proof's on the buyer.
Again, is on the burden of proof is on the buyer, correct? And that's the chiddush of the second case. That's the chiddush of the second case. So it's very geschmack. And guys, this is the Shmuel's din we have for the second time. They ain't holchem b'mam and acha roiv. Tanya nami hachi. We have a brisa that substantiates the pshat. Again, until now it's been a discussion of Amoroyim between Rav and Shmuel. Tanya nami hachi. Shor shenagach esapara. V'nimsa uber b'tzida. Shor that's nagach apara, and you find an uber, a dead fetus at the side. You don't know when it miscarried. Mishan chatzi nezek lepara, uravia nezek levad divrei sumchis. This is the sumchis. In other words, what does the Brisa say that the Mishnah doesn't say? The Mishnah doesn't say it's sumchis, guys. Guys, the Mishnah doesn't say it's sumchis. The Mishnah just said the case. Again, the Gemara teaches the Mishnah that is sumchis. In the Brisa, it openly states it's sumchis. Again, look at the lashon. Divrei sumchis. We don't have that in our Mishnah. The Brisa is wordy in the Mishnah. Again, our Mishnah did not say this again, Tanya Nami Hachi, that when Rav Yehuda said the name of Shmuel, the explanation of the Mishnah. Okay. Our Mishnah says the following, guys. Our Mishnah says that when it gets damaged, you have chatzi nezek for the para and a quarter for the baby, right? Either way, whether it is a mazik, right? Says the Gemara, Shmuel says Rabbi Yehuda name is Shmuel. Our Mishnah is going to Sumchis, but the Chachamim would hold on might Smicha Verel Varaya. The Mishnah doesn't say anything about Sumchis, doesn't say anything about Smicha Verel Varaya. Who explained this? The Amayr Shmuel comes along the Gemara now and says, "Guess what? I have a brisa that says just verbatim what you Shmuel just said. Why did the brisa say that the Mishnah didn't say? These are the words of Sumchis, but according to the Chachamim, it's Hamaitzi Mechaveru Olav Araya. It spelled it out. It spelled it out. Okay, says the Gemara, a great question, guys. Amra Shmuel Achmeni Minayin Hamaitzi Mechaveru Olav Lahevi Araya. How do you know that you want to be Maitzi Mechaveru? You have to bring a raya. How do you know that? Where do you know that from? So the pasuk says, Moshe Rabbeinu is going up the mountain, and there's going to be court cases to be judged. So Ve'elas Zekanim Amar, and Moshe said to the Zekanim, Shvu lanu b'zeh ad asher nashuv aleichem. You stay here until I come back. B'nei Aaron v'Chur, Aaron and Chur, his nephew, Miriam's son, imachem, will be with you. Mi baldevarim yigash aleihem. Whoever is a baldava, whoever has a claim, has a court case, yigash aleihem. So yigash means literally lashon of come close, but the Gemara darshans the lashon a little differently, right? Says the Gemara, Mi baldevarim yigash aleihem, yagish ra'aya aleihem. What is it? Means they should bring their raya to them. So that's where Amaitzi Mechavera. You want to go in Amaitzi Mechavera, bring your raya to them. So mashma need a pasuk to tell me this din. Fred the Gemara question, Maskav Lo Rav Ashi, Halama Likra. Why do I need a pasuk? Svarahu. It's a svara. The Kovle Ke'eva, a person that has a pain. Azal Lebei Asya. Who does he go to? He goes to the dentist. He goes to the doctor. Right? A guy who has a pain, he goes to the roifer to cure the pain. Right? So too over here, if a person has a monetary claim, who does he go to? He goes to Besdin. So why do you need a pasuk to tell me I might to go to Besdin? It's a svara. So Ella Kra, what's the pasuk for? The pasuk is the Rav Nachman Amar Rabba Ravua. Okay, let me give you the case, guys, and then we'll see it inside. Ruvain goes ahead and he says, Shimon owes me $100. Shimon says, I do owe you $100, but you have my mashkin. I gave you collateral, gave you security. Beis Din first will collect the money for Ruvain, and then only then go after Shimon. So in other words, we'll go over to the Toiveya, the one making the claim first, and we'll collect this 100. Then we'll go ahead and deal with Shimon. That's what you learn from Yagash Aleim. Says the Gemara. So let's see the Gemara inside. Maskler Ravashi Halomli Cross Farahu the Kovle Kovle Azleyash Elakra Licher Nachman Ama Rabba Baravua. Dom Rav Nachman Ama Rabba Baravua. Minayin Shein Niskakim El Toiveya Tchila. How do you know you go to the Toiveya first? Shenemar Mi Bal Devarim, right? Yagash Aleihem, Yagash Devarav Aleihem. So they go first. They go first. So Ruvain has a claim on Shimon. You owe me $100. Shimon admits to that claim. He says, "But you have what? A mashkin for that." So we go first, collect 100, and then we'll collect the. Sometimes you'll go to Shimon first. Let's say this. The mashkin was a ballpoint pen, and there's a fair in town, and people are asking for ballpoint pens. So if you collect it from Shimon first, Shimon will be able to go ahead and make a sale. But if you delay and collect from Ruvain first, then the chance to make money is gone. So zili nichse, when the nechasim will go down, if we don't go Shimon first, then we'll do Shimon first. If Shimon's going to take a loss, right, because he has an opportunity now to make a few bucks, we'll go after that. Okay, my question is, should we go right there? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I think it's a little involved, so we'll hold off.
Yeah.
Fine, you've been
Good.